My name is Joyce Persichilli, and I live in Chula Vista, California. I'm currently retired, but I do advocate for senior citizens' rights. So that's pretty much my passion right now, besides Toastmasters. So those are the two things I'm passionate about: Toastmasters and senior citizen rights.
And how long have you been a Toastmaster?
I've been a Toastmaster since 1995.
And what clubs are you a member of?
I'm a member of Toast of the Coast, San Diego Toastmasters 7, Video Masters, San Marcos Discovery, and an advanced club in another district called Club 407. And it's made up of past leaders at the district and international level,
Oh, I see.
and the current trios for districts.
So what does Toastmaster mean to you?
Well, when I first joined Toastmasters, people used to sit there and tell me, oh, it's going to change your life. And I was always thinking, what are they talking about? But it's true. It does change your life. If you're in the Toastmaster program, you have an opportunity to do things that you've never done before, and it builds your confidence. So I have to say, for me, Toastmasters really helped build my confidence. And it did. It changed my life. I got to meet a lot of wonderful people, and I've really enjoyed my Toastmasters journey.
And what leadership positions have you held in Toastmasters? A lot, right?
I've At the club level, I've probably held every club officer position. I currently am the vice president of membership for San Diego Toastmasters 7. At the area level, I have been an area director. At the division level, I have been a division director. At the inter district level, I have been a member of the trio 3 different times. And when I say the trio, that means I started out as club growth director, program quality director, and district director. At the international level, I have been a region advisor for 2 terms. That's an appointed position by the international president, and I have been fortunate to be the first region advisor selected for our region.
Which year did you become the district director?
2002 to 2003, 2016 to 2017, and then currently 2022 to 2023.
So why did you decide to be a second time or the third time district director?
The second time I did it because it was like 13 years apart from the first time I was district director, and I wanted to see how much the program had changed. And it did. It changed quite a bit. And it really, I felt at that time, gave me more opportunities to enhance my leadership skills. And then the last time, which is currently now, I'm finishing up the term of district director, I did it because of the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
Because at that time we had leaders, they had families, they had jobs, and I was retired, so I felt I could probably be an asset to them if they had a situation where they couldn't do something for the district, that I could, like, help them out. So that's the main reason why I did it, was because we were going through the pandemic, and I really felt that I could be an asset based on my previous experience to help the district leaders.
Mm-hmm. The first 2 times is more for your personal growth, and the
Yes.
third time is for you felt you could help the district.
Yeah, just giving back to the district.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since, I would have to say, this is how I look at my journey in Toastmasters. A lot of times, district leaders, once they're done with their term, they just kind of like, they're done.
Mm-hmm.
I can say that I have always been involved continuously over the past 20 plus years. It's whether it's a committee member or helping as an area director. I've had the opportunity to be area director a few times. And then I have been a division director on several occasions. In fact, one year I ended up achieving division director of the year.
Is there any position that you haven't held in the district level or in the club level?
No, I think pretty. Oh, maybe for the district level, I haven't been district sergeant at arms.
There's no district, there's a logistic manager.
Yeah,
Okay.
now it's called logistics manager, but in the
the-
past it used to be district sergeant at arms.
Oh, I see.
Yes, we have several title changes throughout the years.
I know it used to be like area governor.
Yes, it used to be area governor, which is now area director. It used to be lieutenant governor of marketing, which is now club growth director. It used to be lieutenant governor of education and training, and now that's program quality director. And for district governor, now it's district director.
Oh,
So a lot of changes.
yeah. Do you like the new names or the old names?
I like the new names because I think it's more in line with what we see out in the business world. So I think that is better because I think when you're trying to get people engaged in Toastmasters, because a lot of the skills that we learn, they're transferable skills. A lot of people don't realize that when they start in Toastmasters, but every skill that you learn in Toastmasters, you can take it out into your professional career. And that's what I've done. So I don't think we sell that enough when we're talking about our program, but it really can make a difference in your professional career. For me, I've received several promotions at work because of my Toastmasters involvement. In fact, I make a point of letting my employers know I've been involved in Toastmasters, and when I have my yearly review, they always mention that in a plus by sitting there saying that Joyce communicates well with her coworkers and with upper management. So yeah, I would really encourage everyone to make sure that your employer knows you're involved in Toastmasters, because I think or even when you're interviewing for a job, if I was interviewing someone and if I knew someone was personally developing their skills, their confidence, I'd probably go with that person versus someone who is just applying for the job. So I would look at the experience and what they've done personally to make themselves more marketable. Yeah.
And as a district director, what do you do exactly?
So the district director is like a chief executive officer. I'm responsible for the daily operations of our district. In District 5, we have over 120 clubs. We are in San Diego County, Imperial County, and Yuma, Arizona. So that is a big territory. So I make sure below me I have my program quality director, I have the club growth, then I have 6 division directors, and under the division directors, we have the area directors. So I'm just pretty much, like I said, the daily operations, making sure everyone understands their responsibilities. We have goals that we're working on, and I work with our division directors to make sure that they understand what the goals are for the district and how they can help their area directors achieve those goals, and then also help them develop the division directors and the area directors develop their confidence and their leadership skills.
And what are the qualifications to be a district director?
To be a district director or any of the top roles, you have to have been at least a club president. For district director, you must have held the role of either program quality or club growth or a combination within. So club president, one of the trio roles, meaning club growth or program quality. Now, you don't need to go up through all those roles. But it does help if you do, because it'll, by the time you become district director, you'll have a very good working knowledge of what every role is and what the responsibilities are. But also too, if you have a good head on your shoulders and you listen to other people's feedback and you're a people person, a good leader and communicator, you can move into the district director role. But it is crucial that you do hold either program quality or club growth.
And what commitment is needed to be a district director? Is it a big commitment?
It can be, but I remember the first time someone said, "Oh, you should be an area director. You do a good job." I used to sit there and think, "Oh, wow, they see something in me." But you're going to get out of the role what you put into the role. So in my personality, I just like to make sure that I'm communicating with everyone. Everyone understands my expectations. And I probably go the extra mile, probably a little bit more than other people do, but that's just my personality. So I just really think it's what you want to give back to Toastmasters. And all I know is Toastmasters changed my life. I love seeing people grow. I love helping. So for me, it's an easy thing for me to do because I've gotten so much out of it. Is there a time commitment? Yes, there is. But you need to make sure that you are able to devote the time, to the role or to any of the positions. And this one, it says District Toastmaster of the Year. That was in 2017, 2018. And I've had the opportunity to be the District Toastmaster of the Year, not once, not twice, 3 times. And then this is the highest recognition that you can get from Toastmasters International. It's called a presidential citation, and that was awarded to me in 2018 at the International Convention in Chicago. And then my other ones, this is for my club. It was outstanding leadership contributions for my San Diego Toastmasters 7. The president is the one who decides who will receive that award. I have when I was Region Advisors, Region 10, they gave me a plaque. I have a lot of recognition throughout the years.
What was your biggest challenge to be a district director, and how did you overcome it?
My biggest challenge? Well, the first time I was district director, my biggest challenge was there were things that, how can I put this? There were things I should have known, but I didn't know. But what's nice about it is when you get to be in the district, at the district level, you get to meet other leaders, and they're there to help support you. Now, when we sit here and say, the club is a nice environment, you're supported, it's at every level. At every level, you can seek out and find people who will help you and support you. And I've been very lucky when I sit here and I think of all the people in the past who have been my mentors or have helped me. I've just been very fortunate. I'm also one of those that if I'm interested in a role, I will go up to that person and I'll say, "Hey, I'm interested in being area director. Do you mind if I shadow you?" So in each one of my roles, especially in the beginning, that's what I did. If I knew I was going to run for that role, probably about 3 or 4 months before I ran, I would go and talk to that person because I wanted to always make sure I could do the job. But it's interesting because while it's fun shadowing it, when you do get into the role, there's times you're kind of like, wow, did I do you start doubting yourself a little bit, but there's always people there to help you. Mm-hmm. And I've just been fortunate that I've had some good mentors, coaches. And then you also have to have a circle of friends that you feel comfortable with, because there are going to be a lot of times where you feel frustrated. Mm-hmm. And if you have the circle of friends who will listen to you, and they'll be the ones that sit there and say, oh, Joyce, yeah, it's not that big of a deal, look at it this way. So I've really leaned on my close circle of friends.
Mm-hmm. The friends, and also having a mentor is important.
Oh yes. Mm-hmm. And for me, it's never been one specific person, it's been several people. Mm-hmm. And I've been very fortunate, and they've all been very good people. Mm-hmm.
So when you are a leader, do you focus more on the end result, or do you focus more on the relationship during the process?
While results are nice, and in the beginning, when you start, you are looking at what difference can you make this year as a district leader? But really, it all boils down to the relationships. I think that's what's important. I know if someone came to me and said, well, how bad do you want this? I really feel that we just need to do the best we can. And if we fall short of making those goals, then we need to look at, did we leave the district better than it was before? So I really feel that if we all agree that the district is better than it was before, and we really just had the opportunity to have the camaraderie and the relationships this year, I think that's what's more important. And I think building those relationships are really important. I remember the first time when I was district director, I had built relationships by being an area director and division director. I had helped people at their contests. I helped train. After a while, people know who you are. Mm-hmm. And I have to say, my first year as a district director, when I realized, oh my gosh, I have to fill these roles, or I have to make sure I have to help my division director fill these roles. I had people come up to me and say, hey, Joyce, you always help me out. I'm excited that you're going to be our district director. I want to help you. I didn't even have to look for area directors that year. I had every spot filled by the end of June.
Wow. That's very impressive.
Yeah. So that's why I think it's really important that you build rapport. A lot of times when our members take on a leadership role, they're afraid to build that rapport. But that's the best thing that you can do, because in the future, those are the people who they remember you. I remember, I mean, it even happens now. I'll run into a Toastmaster who hasn't been around for a while, and they'll say, oh, hi, Joyce. Yeah, I remember when you used to, come to my club or this or that. And do you remember me? And they're pretty much surprised when I say, yeah, you used to be in this club, and I remember and they're like, whoa, you remember. But yeah, it's always nice to build it's very important you build the rapport. Mm-hmm. I mean, right now, if I was in a challenge right now, needing to have people help me call people and stuff like that, I have a group of probably 6 or 8 people. I just need to pick up the phone and say, hey, will you do this for me? And I never have anyone turn me down, because I did a lot for them.
You mentioned the trio member. Mm-hmm. Could you tell us a little bit more about how the trio members work together?
Yes. So basically, the trio is made up of the district director, the program quality director, and the club growth director. So that's the team of leaders that lead the district. As a district director, it's really important that you have a good working relationship with your program quality director and also your club growth director. They're usually the newest, how can I say this? The newest people on the team. So it's critical that the district director help guide them. What I like to do with the program quality director And the club growth director is I like to spend time with them. I want to find out what their goals are, and then work based on their feedback. Then the three of us, it has to be a team effort. It can't be one person. It has to be a team effort. Then as district director, what I'll do is I'll explain what my expectations are and see if we're on the same page. And then if they sit here and say, well, I'm trying to find this team member, I'll give them suggestions on who they might want to ask and who can help them.
Mm-hmm.
But with most team members, I'll give them suggestions, but it's ultimately up to them whether they take my suggestions or not. I hope they would take my suggestions, but if they are adamant, hey, I want to do it this way, I'll let them do it that way. And then at the end of the year, I'll just say, see, I told you so. No. That doesn't happen all the time, but I have had people come back to me and say, oh my God, you were right. I should have done this. But we're all learning, and that's what we are. We're a learning lab. So I would hope that the district director listens to everyone and be flexible. And I love brainstorming. Like I'll have someone come to me and say, well, I think we need to do it this way. And I'll just say, well, let's talk about it. Mm-hmm. Because I don't want them to be adamant. I want them to be able to see all sides of it. I'm the person, my personality is I like to look at the bigger picture. I don't want someone coming and saying, we need to do this, and it only affects a small group. Mm-hmm. I want it to be able to see the bigger picture and how it will help all of us.
Mm-hmm. I know we have the district offers trainings for all the club officers. Mm-hmm. Would there be trainings for the district leaders as well?
Oh, yes. There's a lot of training for the district leaders. In fact, we have peer calls once a month. What's going to start out with the region advisor. The region advisor will be contacting each one of the trio members, the district director, the program quality director, the club growth director, and also they've been doing this the past 2 years, the public relations director. So they will be having monthly peer calls specific to their group. And then also every once in a while, they might have a peer call with all four. So more and more, the public relations manager for our district is going to be more involved. Each one of them are going to be given a lot of resources and training. Mm-hmm. And when we have our conference in August, it's pretty much 2 types of training. We have our conference in August, and then we have training, it's called mid-year training, which happens in January. And the best way to describe it is it'll be 2 days, 8 hours a day. Wow. In a room. But it's good. It's good training because you get to meet all the other people from other districts.
In person?
Yes. Yes.
Is
but not so much for the public relations. I think the public relations is going to be more online peer calls, but the top 3, district mm-hmm. director, program quality director, and club growth director, it's pretty intense.
Is this meeting you meant the international convention?
Yes. Okay. The first one, the first training. Uh-huh. And typically that happens the Monday and Tuesday before the convention starts, because the convention starts on Wednesday. The convention's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then they wrap it up on Saturday with the World Championship of Public Speaking.
Will the Toastmaster International pay for the training, for the trip, for the trio member?
Yes.
Everything?
Yes, everything, yes. But if there is something that the Toastmasters International does not pay, then District 5 picks up the difference.
What do you think is the most important quality of a leader?
for me, and this is what I've always done, I think it's integrity.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I feel that's important is because if you do something that's not with integrity and people see that, they're not going to trust you in the future when you're a leader. They're always going to question, well, I remember when they did this. So to me, I've always felt that integrity is very important.
Mm-hmm.
And I have found myself in situations where people have asked me to do something, and I've always told them I can't do that because that would not be right and it would question my integrity, and I have no intention of anyone doubting me.
Mm-hmm. What lessons have you learned as a leader overall?
I used to be one of those, I wanted it done a certain way, this, or that. As a leader, the type of leadership that we have in Toastmasters is called servant leadership. So you need to be flexible.
Mm-hmm.
So what I've learned is I need to be flexible. I need to listen to others in their feedback. And I just feel that if we brainstorm and talk to each other, that we can compromise and we can collaborate. So those are some of the things that I've learned. But then again, you have to remember, I've done this 3 times, so it's taken me a while to build those skills, but I've really appreciated every opportunity that I've had to, develop my leadership and my communication skills. And I really feel that it has helped me find my voice. And that's why I feel comfortable to go out into my community and speak on behalf of senior citizens.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is just some of them. I have some that are in storage. But the one that I appreciate the presidential citation. I appreciate being the first recipient of the Helen Blanchard Trailblazer Award. But one of the recognition that I really am proud of was when I was region advisor. And for that year, I ended up making a little pin. It's that one right there. See where the cat is?
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at that little pin, and if you take that out, right here, this one. So what it says on it is Region 10. We were number 1 in North America. We were the only region in North America. And if you see, I had 4 districts that made distinguish. I had one district, District 1, that made select distinguish, and then I had one district that made presidents distinguish.
Oh.
And I had the board members come up to me and say, how did you do that? How did you get, in each category?
This is 34.
Yeah, district, that was Mexico.
Oh, okay. That's 34.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
34.
so
Okay.
Mexico, that's District 1, Founders District 52, District 3, which was is Arizona, and then District 5, San Diego.
Oh.
No one's broke my record.
Oh, that's quite accomplishment.
Right. I had the several board of directors come up to me and say stuff like, how did you do that? How did you get a district in each one of your categories? And I said, I didn't do it. They did it. We all just work together as a team. It's never one person. It's always a team.
Yeah.
So I can't take credit for that. I was just excited that we were able to make it happen. And I had some really good district director leaders that year in that region.
Mm-hmm.
So I love this pin.